Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do a test on this particular oak. As you can see, the crew has uncovered. This tree used to be covered all the way up to here with soil. And one thing, it's never good to have soil above the root crown, because if the trunk has to breathe, and if you get soil up against the trunk, those tissues get clogged up and decay pathogens will take advantage of the wood tissue and compromise the tree. So it's really good to get the beginning of the root flare showing at the ground level. Doesn't necessarily have to be quite this much, but you want to make sure that the trunk is not buried. So first thing we'll do is uncover the roots, like I said, and then we can go ahead and do our test. And so what we do is we come in here with this device, resist-a-graft. We get down into the buttress root area. Sometimes, if we're really concerned, we have to dig more roots out. If we find a little bit of decay here, we might want to take a look further down and see how bad it is. But we drill this device in, and the drill's going down inside the tree. As it goes in, it's measuring the wood tissue. Okay, I'm starting the drill, watching the graft as it goes in. It only takes a couple minutes to do each hole, and we try not to do any more than we need to in these trees, because the holes can be an avenue for pathogens. So that's why the hole is really small, and we want to do as few as possible. As we find problems, then we may expand our drilling to ascertain exactly how bad it is. And I'm going to pull this drill back out and then show you what the graft is telling me. Okay, now here's the graft, and as you can see, there's always a sort of a flat spot or an easier penetration at the beginning of the graft. That's where it's going through the bark and what we call the phloem, where all the starches are stored in the tree. As it starts getting into the xylem wood, the more woody tissue, and the xylem is where the water and minerals are transported from the roots up into the canopy. It'll get a little bit denser. And so we're running through the xylem wood tissue, and now you can see there's kind of ups and downs over here. That's actually measuring the spring and summer wood. The spring wood is bigger cells and softer wood tissue. It's faster growing, so the drill penetrates it through it easier, and that's where you have the low spots. The higher spots is the summer wood, where the wood is denser and harder for the drill to penetrate. And so we can actually count how many years old this root is by just drilling through it, which is an amazing thing. And you can see this particular root all the way down, it looks pretty good. It actually gets denser as we get in towards the heartwood, the center of the tree. Now, if this graft were to drop down and flatline, that would tell me either the wood's compromised by decay, or there's actually a hollow or a cavity there where there's no resistance. And we need to make a decision as to whether or not the tree is safe, whether or not it needs to be removed. And there's all sorts of different formulas as to the amount of sound wood versus the amount of decayed wood that needs to be there in order to decide whether the tree is to be removed. Now, those are basic tools. With arboriculture, it takes a lot more than just mathematical figures. It takes looking at the whole tree, what the target is, how much lean the tree has in it, how big it is, how big the parts are, and what's going to get damaged when they fall. So we take all those into account before we make a decision and just go, hey, it's got one decayed root, let's cut the tree down. We need to look at the whole picture, and that's what we do.